We're back. A nice smooth entrance there. Volley in my bag. We're back with another YouTube video. Welcome back to the channel. As always, today we've got a leg session in JP's. I don't know how it's going to go because my left leg, my left calf slash tibialis is playing up again. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to send the full send, sorry, the leg press that's next to me. That's why I'm looking over there. I really like that movement as well, and I was buzzing for it, but we shall see. Might be able to, might not be able to. It's just that even if I go like standing on my little tippy toes, I can feel it start to flare up a lot. I'm going to do very light calf work just now and a very, very light tibialis raise as well, which is behind me, and see what happens. But today's session usually goes as cable ab crunch, calf raise, adductors, leg extension, seated hamstring curl, pivot press, which is like a leg press there, and then the hip thrust, which is behind me. So that's the session for today. Again, I'm probably not going to be doing too much in terms of the calf raise. I'm not doing ab crunch at all because holy shit. I done an ab crunch on Sunday, and it's really badly messed me up. It's the hammer strength ab crunch, if anyone's used it before. Really good machine. I've not done it in months, and it really makes it feel like you're tearing apart in that stretch position. I've not done it in months, and I was like, I'm going to go for it. 3 sets, and then the last set I was like, I want some more from that, because it was last set of the day. I was like, let's go for it. Drop setted it, and honestly, the worst pain that I've felt in a good while, for like 3-4 days. Just straight pain. My abs are constantly sore all the time. It feels like I'm getting stabbed. It feels like I've got really bad cramp. I've not been able to digest food, and that's normal though. I don't need sore abs to do that. I wasn't able to brace at all during my push session. That's why I'm doing this session today instead of yesterday. It'd usually be legs on a Wednesday. But yeah, like I really struggled to actually brace for any of my movements. It meant my shoulder got a lot worse because I wasn't able to keep my rib cage stable, stacked. I was having to overextend, and things just weren't feeling good because my abs were so sore at all times. But they're getting a little bit better. I should be able to full send this session. The isolation work I'm still going to be sound with. You know, obviously my left side is sore, but that doesn't impact my leg extensions, my adductors, my seated hamstring curls. So I'm going to show you me, you know, kind of getting after it on them. Ideally pretty raw. Brandon watching this, editing wise, raw please. Love it raw. But no, we're looking for some new numbers today. I'm going to be gym pinning a good amount of exercises, which I'm enjoying right now. Find really exciting. You know, adding some extra weight onto the machine gives me an extra bit of thrill. Going to go plus 25 kg on the adductor, probably plus 7.5 kg on the seated hamstring curl, which will be new. Leg extension, that's just progressing more and more. If I can't do a split squat or pivot press, I will just match the volume through my quads by doing more sets of leg extensions, see how it goes. But I'm going to stop yapping. I'm going to get into it. If I've got any thoughts throughout the session itself, you know, I'll cover them. But let's just get after it. I'm going to chat a bit about this actually quickly. The logbook, how I set mine up. We've got it here. So each page has its own session. So from the very start, I'm cocking it up already. So there's legs there with the date, and I split the page in two. So the first rotation of legs, the next rotation of legs, then you know each session has got its own day. Once it comes round to, you know, legs is repeated again like it is just now. You know, this was the rotation before this one, the last 2 sessions, and now we're back onto legs again. So I've got it written here, legs, and I've got the dates, what gym it's at, whether I'm full sending or whether I'm like devoluming. I'm technically full sending this session, but technically not. I said there, cooked calf and abs to remind myself that I actually will be pulling back a little bit with this. But yeah, you can see that I've got each exercise written down here. The sets and the reps, like, because people will probably want to do like physical logbooks, but they don't know how to set it out. You can see I've got a terrible straight line down the middle. But yeah, I split it out so that you've got the first session here. So this is the 19th to the 6th. My next one will be obviously say the 26th. And I'm putting legs in here, and then I'm doing the session. It means I can see what I got last time, you know. I can see what I got previously, so I know what numbers to beat. They're right there next to it. With this session, I've already put like not applicable for the abs because they're still cooked. I tried a little bit and there's no chance. Calf raise, I'm not even tracking numbers because it's going to be stupid light. I've only got 50 kg on there. I usually do 80 kg, and it's already hurting quite a lot on that tibialis. But then the doctors have already got some numbers written out. So the stack plus 25 kg, seated hamstring curl stack plus 7.5 kg. Because there's like certain numbers that I want to be putting down. I've also given myself the option of the split squat here in case the pivot press does not work. So that's pretty much how I write it out, and it means that I can look back at previous sessions, previous rotations. It is quite messy, but it makes sense for me. As long as something makes sense for you and it helps you progress, then perfect. But yeah, make sure that you've got a track of your numbers. and what you're looking to beat, because it's really fucking important. If you don't have a track, you end up just getting lost, you go on autopilot, because you can still train hard but not progress in the slightest, because what you're doing will look hard. It's just actually having the intentions of progression when you go into sessions by knowing what you done last time, knowing what to beat, and just having that confidence going in. You know, I already know that I'm going to progress in a duck turn and seated hamstring curl. I've got no doubts in my mind, and it's just a case of actually having that confidence, you know. So a wee bit about logbooking and mindset with that, because I went through a period of me just kind of going through the motions as well when my injuries were flaring up massively, and it kind of like seeped into all my exercises, and you can just so easily come off of that. So make sure that you stay aggressive with your training, stay kind of emotional, passionate, and very passionate. That is the main thing about really driving these numbers up. So yeah, I'm going to do a wee set of calf raises. Again, nothing drastic at all. That's why I'm not getting like mentally aroused for this. I've got nothing really to get mentally aroused for. Going to do a light set here, just get some blood moving around the area to make sure that it's actually warm before going into any other movements, and hoping that it helps it recover a little bit. Got my progression of 2 reps actually. There's one at least 1, but I got 2. And then, so I went stack plus 25 kg for 9, which was 7 last time. Stack plus 15 kg on the back off for 12, which is 5 kg and 1 rep up. However, I was yapping a little bit between the sets, so a bit more rest. We take it though. Next up, some leg extension. Ooh, I'm going to make it follow me. I don't know if it's going to hold it. Hey, whoa, brilliant. So yeah, 250 on this for 8.5, 240 for 8 last week at full intensity. So I'll take that. Again, nothing less than that going into this session. When I'm thinking about this set, it's 250 for 8. I don't care if that's an unrealistic progression, I'm taking it. And again, it literally is all just mindset going into these things. Even if you're in a prep setting, if you're in a gaining phase, a lot of people get super sloppy, and again, I've been there before within a gaining phase setting where you think the food will do the work for you. It most definitely won't. You look back in 2 months' time and you're not getting any stronger. Don't let it happen. Force the progressions, bully yourself into them, and fucking get after it. You know, Jordan Peters would say, I don't want to be all cringy and quote him and suck his knob, but it literally is your choice. Like going into this session, I could think, I don't know if I mentioned it, that I've not really ate in the space of I've ate 2 meals in the last 30 plus hours. Just because my stomach's been gubbed, so I've got nowhere near the amount of food that I'd usually have. I'm lighter than I usually am. But who cares? You know, like, it doesn't matter the circumstances. Having less food or being lighter or being leaner is nowhere near as important as just getting after it. So yeah, if you take anything away from this video, it's just to apply yourself better into your training. And you know if you are, you aren't. You know, if you've not progressed in yonks, and if you're not really progressing at all, it's you. Nothing else is the issue. Depends if you get injuries, so on and so forth, but when you're not interrupted by injuries, it's literally just you and your own mind limiting yourself, so make the change. Yeah, leg extensions, good set there. Now going into single leg, because I think I might have mentioned before, oh, it follows me. Might have mentioned before that my left leg is worse than my right, so starting with my left leg, get as many as I can there and match on my right. Something else I want to mention. As you start to get towards the end of the set, and as it starts to stick especially, that is not when the set ends. Flip your mindset, that's when the set begins. It's what I tell myself, because everything in my head is telling me stop. There's not any more there. This is horribly painful. I don't want to go through this. You need to tell yourself to shut the fuck up. And you need to tell yourself this is where the important work begins. Because realistically, it is. Those are the reps that allow you to progress. Those are the reps that actually stimulate the muscle most. And they're the ones that are going to make you grow the most. So make sure when you start to doubt yourself, shut up. That's when the set begins. Let's fucking go then. These are all things that I'm saying in my head that I find really useful. So I say this literally all the time. Like, I say this on Instagram a lot, to my clients a lot. But to the wider audience, I know there's going to be someone that's maybe not seen some of those Instagram posts, or someone who isn't my client. This is the stuff that you need to say to yourself, you know? Everyone's got their own way of hyping themselves up. But for myself, I need to tell myself, well, this is it, here we go then. And if I bottle that, I feel terrible. You know, I know that I bottled it. It's not a nice feeling. So make sure you're taking it all the way there. There's like an immense satisfaction. So yeah, a bit of yap in that sense. Music, really important as well. Get some music on that really, really hypes you up, gets you emotional, sparks a little bit of extra passion. I'm raging. Another good set, and I forgot to click record. I even got this wee gimbal thing on. I forgot to record. My pen's also snapped. But that was a 2.5 kg progression and 1 rep down. They cracked my back. Oh, yeah, 7.5 kg on the stack for 7. And I got plus 5 kg on the stack last time for 8. So I'll definitely take that, especially considering warm-ups felt awful. I say warm-ups, the final warm-up, but then the stack, plus the B15. And it felt really, really heavy, like similar to what the stack, the 15 and the 5 felt like last time. But still had a good set. Had the gimbal on. I went to look at the clip and watch it back, and I'm just like, God, I forgot to do it again, but I'll record this back off set. Stack for 9 last time. So I'm gonna go stack plus 10 pounds. See if I can match or increase reps. So I mentioned at the start of the video that I'm gym pinning a few things, and for people who don't know what that is, I thought I'd cover it. I'm going to cover 2 items from them. The actual gym pin itself, which is this thing here, goes into the stack, as you may be able to see behind there. And then it means you can put more weight on the machine. So when you stack out machines, when you max them out, you can put a little bit more weight on. Then you also have this from them as well, seat belt. So that's just like an airplane seat belt, and it allows your hips to stay much more stable. So on a leg extension, I had it from a top set, but I didn't do it on the single leg set, because realistically you don't need it for the single leg set, you know. I'm working with, what, 110 pounds on a single leg extension, 50 kg, I weigh 85, so nothing's pulling me out of position. But when I'm doing the top set and I've got 250 pounds in there, which is like 120 kg, I need it so my hips don't get pulled out of position. It's not because my form's bad, it's literally because my hips are just getting pulled out of position. I also use pull straps on it, which isn't necessary. I don't say you need to use that. I'm also not saying you need to use a seat belt, but it massively improved, massively, improved my leg extensions and my seated hamstring curls in the sense of how close you can take it to failure. Without that seat belt, I don't have the last 2 reps there or the last 2 reps there because my hips are getting pulled out of position. I can't stay stable and fight the weight itself. I'm too busy trying to fight my hips from staying down that I can't actually apply force into the pad. So yeah, the seat belt itself, I think, is about 20 quid. The gym pin's 50 quid. Because I was promoting the seat belt on my story quite a lot, because I try to put it out there because it's a really good product, they gave me a wee affiliate code. I don't actually know what it is nowadays. We switched it. It might be Josh 10, it might be Josh Natural Physique. Please go in and check and try. If you do get anything, I appreciate it. I don't think I get much money for it. Because again, he literally just said, oh, there's an affiliate code for your clients to use and the people that buy from using your link. So yeah, if you do want to get one, I'll leave the link down below to gym pin seat belt. 20 quid, and then the actual pin itself is relatively expensive, but from what I get for it, I think it's more than worth it. So yeah, a little bit of a yap on gym pin shit. Now to actually record the back offset. Jeez, oh. This wee camera's amazing me. Look, it follows me around the whole gym. I've just went to put my plates back, and I've turned around and the camera's followed me the whole way. Fair dues. Maybe I'm just a gimp that finds that impressive. Come on then. Show me Josh. Numbers in, scores are on the doors, and we have 10 pounds up in max reps. There we go. Right hamstring, like behind the knee a little bit. Didn't feel great as I was about to try that like very last one. Called it there, but I'll most definitely take a plus 10 pounds unmatched. Very big. Look at me, follows me everywhere. Genius. Now this is very exciting. Prime kit. Leg extension, you can see the pins there, there, and there. You can manipulate the resistance profile by putting it on different pins. Incredible machinery. Very, very, very good. And JP's just got some in. So I'm very excited to use that next time I'm training legs, but sadly for today, just the old Cybex. So, if I keep that left foot in, and keep the pressure on the inside of the foot, it doesn't flare up the outside of the kind of calf quite as much. So I'm thinking of just sending it. Standing here right now, it also doesn't feel great. So it's one of those ones I'm in two minds. But I feel like even if I back off at like 6 plates for 10, it's still going to be disgusting. It'll just be as hard anyway, so difficult. I'm just going to send it and see what I can do. If it feels like shit during the set, I'll just finish it. Ah, come on then. Oh. Oh. Right, I'm on 5% battery in the DJI, so I better make this quick. I might just record my post-workout posing on my phone, then maybe a wee outro once I get back in the house. I'm playing around the golf after this. God, it's gonna be pretty brutal because it's so warm. Like I can literally, you won't be able to see it, but my skin is like, looks like I've got glaze on backstage, getting pumped up because I'm just very sweaty. There's a layer of just sweat all over me. I'm sure you're loving listening to this. This is great content. Definitely some pedo out there that is loving it. But with hip thrust, you want to make sure that you're not just simply extending up and back the way. You want to roll the hips up and forwards like so, instead of simply just extending like this. You'll get a much, much better internal feel through your glutes. Now, I've just realised, as I went to lie down there, that this might be really, really difficult in my abs. So I hope that when I unrack this, my midsection doesn't snap in half. There we're sound. So roll up, instead of just simply extending back the way, roll forwards like that. So the cue in my thought here, just to show you without the weight there, is instead of extending up and back the way with a lot of lower back, I'm thinking of, I'm going to sit down a bit further so you can properly see this, rolling up like that. So you know when a bodybuilder contracts their glutes on stage, they don't lean back like this, they simply roll their hips. So think about, instead of up and back, rolling forward. And like that, you feel much better. Feel it squeeze through your glutes. Guys do these as well. If you have, I mean, even if you don't have bodybuilding aspirations, yes, you might look a bit bent, but it will help you build your posterior chain. Obviously your glutes, of course, but lower back that you get from this as well. It will help build a little bit of thickness there too. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. And if stronger glutes, if you do have stronger glutes, Scott, sorry, you can stabilize better in a lot of your leg movements. So shaboing, that's that, shaboing. We're going with shaboing. Now, top set, also only done one set on the leg press, because I don't think my calf, that left leg, will be too happy if I do 2 sets. So just leaving it at the one, but I got plus 2.5 kg per side and matched reps. So I will most definitely take that with a gammy leg without as much confidence as usual going into it. Like I had no clue whether it was going to go well or whether I wouldn't be able to even go into the first rep. So definitely take it. As always, is your fucking choice. Now, what did I get last time? Catch. 5 plates for 9. 5 plates. I'm going to write a 1, so there's either a 0, a 1, or a 2 that comes after it. Double digits and nothing less. Oh, I really hope this doesn't die by the time I actually do the set. I think it's on like 3%. Oh, 11 reps. Oh, mashes on your hips though.